happy Valentine's Day. Join me to make this cute treat. It's a good after-school snack for kids or a treat for your sweetheart. You can either do a box cake or use the recipe I provide. Use store-bought frosting or also use the recipe I provided. They're very easy. Come give it a try. So let's begin making cupcakes. You can make them from a box or you can use the recipe that I will have listed down below in the description. You want to start by preheating your oven to 350 and line 2 muffin pans with 18 liners. I'm going to do pink liners, but really whichever liners you like. So to begin to make these cupcakes, they're vanilla cupcakes. We're going to whisk together 1 3/4 cups flour, a teaspoon of salt, a teaspoon of baking powder, half a teaspoon of baking soda, 1 tablespoon cornstarch. So whisk the dry ingredients together. This just helps it so a big clump of baking soda, salt, or baking powder does not end up in the liquid and you have a bad tasting bite. Okay, set that aside. You can just use a bowl and a whisk, but if you have a mixing machine, get out your mixing machine. Your mixing machine, you will need the paddle attachment. And we are going to put 1 cup sugar, 1 stick of butter or a half a cup of butter, 2 tablespoons vegetable oil. And to this we are going to also add 2 teaspoons vanilla, start out slow and then move it up as it combines, and then once it's fairly smooth you want to scrape down the edges and mix it again just to make sure everything's combined. Okay, I'm going to pause it and do the scrape down. Just get the sides, get under the batter at the bottom because sometimes it looks good but there's flour or sugar or whatever you put in there sitting underneath everything in the pile. So always when you're scraping the bowl, go under the bottom. And then just a little bit longer just to make sure we got everything. Now we're going to add an egg. So the next egg, and we'll scrape this at the very end of adding the eggs. Okay, and now we have the egg yolk that has been separated. So make sure you're scraping the paddle, and again go all the way to the very bottom while scraping around, get all the sides, and then just scrape off your spatula or scraper onto the paddle. Okay, and just one little more whirl. We are going to mix in some of the dry ingredients, and then some buttermilk. So I'm going to put in about half. So we'll do that one first. About half of the buttermilk. This is 1 cup buttermilk, so you don't have to be precise, but about half of it. Okay, so we're going to add the last half of the dry ingredients. Okay, and then the last half of the buttermilk. And this is thick, so you will want to scrape that out just to make sure you get the full amount. Okay, and then again we're going to scrape the sides, going all the way to the bottom, and also getting the paddle. This just helps it to have a uniform texture throughout. Okay. If you feel like you need to scrape it one more time, feel free to do that. We are going to fill the cupcakes. You can use 2 spoons and just use the one to scrape off the other. I like to use this scooper. Neither of them do a perfect job, so you figure out what works best for you. I keep my rubber scraper in the bowl until I am done, because when the batter gets towards the bottom where it's running out, you want to scrape down the sides and you can get a little bit more. And it looks like I might have overfilled some of the cups, so I think I might only have enough to do 16. I kind of air pockets out. Okay, then we put them in the oven. We're going to put them in the oven for 18 to 20 minutes, and then halfway through we will rotate them. I'm going to take out this cup. Okay. So leave them in the pans for about 10 minutes and then take them out so that they don't sweat. Okay, for the frosting, we're going to do a stick of butter at room temperature, and you're going to attach the whisk. And then we're just going to whisk it until it's really smooth. And 1 cup powdered sugar, 2 cups powdered sugar. Now this time turn it on very slow, let it go until it incorporates before you turn it up. Okay, and let's kind of scrape it to help it along. Okay, when it gets to kind of this paste consistency, it's about where we want it before we add the milk and the vanilla. And while it's mixing, I'm going to start adding in 2 tablespoons of milk and a teaspoon and a half of vanilla, and add it in slow because you might want it a bit thicker, you might want it a bit thinner. Scrape the sides, and remember, scrape under. Try to get some of the whisk wires at the bottom of the whisk. Okay, now we're just going to let it blend on high for a couple of minutes. Maybe not totally high. Always kind of monitor how it's going in there. Turn it down if it's getting wild. Okay. And you want to look at it, see what the consistency is. This feels like it needs just a slight more milk. So again, we'll turn it on and just add some in. Let me see kind of what the texture is here. Okay, I feel pretty good about this. I'm going to scrape it around and then rebeat it. Okay, so we're about done. I'm going to frost it first with the white, and then I'm going to add in some neon pink food dye. We are going to frost these cupcakes. I'm going to do a very thin layer of the white frosting on the bottom. And then I'm going to do a pink heart on the top. So remember, this isn't going to be the total amount that you end with of frosting, so it's okay if it's not as much as you'd normally have. add the pink to the frosting now. We're going to add a little bit of dye at a time. So, this is a gel. I'm going to add a couple of squirts, see how it goes, and then add more if we want a brighter color. Okay, and with this, you definitely have to scrape things down because you'll have streaks of white in it from the frosting before it had the color. So make sure you do that. I think it's like a real baby pink. It's really cute. I might go with that, but I think I'm going to add one more squirt of the gel. Try to get the wires of the whisk so that you don't get some white coming off of that. And then I will show you what the pink looks like. Not sure if you can see it. It's really cute. I just bought these food color neon gels at Target. So let's add one more little squirt. I'm gonna do one more scrape down, and then that will be it. Okay, you go for the color you want, so there's no right or wrong here. And if you have just regular food dye with red, you could add red in a really light way, and that way with the white frosting you would come out with a pink. With the neon ones you have more of a vibrant color. Now I'm going to do a big scrape down and mix everything. Just to try to get any food dye that hasn't mixed in or any of that white, get it off. Now, you can use a ziploc bag or a piping bag without the tip, and we're just going to cut it off very narrowly at the bottom there. Okay, and I kind of like to grab it with my hand and try to pull it in there as I go. And make a little bit more room. And again, we're going to shake it down and then also kind of come up here, gather it together, and then push it down. So this looks good. There's a little bit of air in there, but that's why you want to shake it as you go. Also going to put some of these large sprinkle hearts, just one right in the very middle of a contrasting color. So we'll do red. What you want to do is snip it. We can always snip off more, but I'm going to do maybe like about a ½ an inch to a little less off the end. And I think I do want bigger, but let's see. I'm going to make a heart. And then I'm just going to fill in the heart. And then we will do a little heart in the middle. And then make sure that you're keeping the bag moving downward and pushing from the bottom. So give this treat a try. Let me know if you do try it. Please comment and subscribe. Thank you for watching.